The Jacobs Ladder Show is the online radio show keeping you in the loop on the real Las Vegas entrepreneurs, business professionals, artists, actors, creators, entertainers, foreign embassy consuls, and personalities. Join us on The Jacobs Ladder Show with Carolyn and Stephen Jacobs and listen in on the discussions with these Las Vegas leaders on personal stories and topics like exploits, ventures, anecdotes, career changes, and successes. Now, here's Carolyn and Stephen Jacobs.
And good afternoon. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show, and you can find us at JacobsLadderShow.com. This show with all of our shows for the past 6 months are all archived on the Jacobs Ladder Show. In about 2 or 3 days, you'll find this show up there. This segment is brought to you by the Distillery Lounge. The Distillery is, the Las Vegas Distillery is the very first distillery in the state of Las Vegas. There's never been one in here before, and George Reyes, who came over here from Romania, established the first distillery, and it's wonderful to go see. You can go through the distillery, see everything, and you can even purchase different things there, okay? The distillery is at 7330 East Gate Road in the number 100 suite. That's in Henderson, Nevada, and you can tour or just drop in. You can call them at 702-629-7534. And this segment is brought to you by the distillery. I have a really fun guest, and actually I've been trying to get her on the show for some time. But when we read her schedule to you, you'll begin to understand why it's been so difficult. So Nieve.
Yes. Malandra or Malandra. Always.
And you can about go any place in this town depending on what given night and bump into you singing somewhere, okay?
Yes, probably. I tend to bump into you guys a lot, which I love. Always happy to see you.
Well, the other thing is you not only sing,
yes,
but you do modeling. Mm-hmm. You are amazingly photogenic.
Thank you.
Your pictures, and we've even got great comments on the social media about your beautiful pictures.
Oh.
And you do modeling, and you a spokesmodel.
Yes.
You're just all over the place.
Yep.
So, we're going to start, Nieve, where we normally start in our opening question. That is, where were you born?
Well, I was born in the beautiful city, world-famous city of San Francisco,
wow.
California.
Okay. Now, were you born in the city?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
At St. Luke's Hospital.
I love that city.
And coincidentally, actually, Lorena Perel actually was born in the same hospital.
Really?
Yes. We discovered that one night hanging out, and we're like, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a lot of hospitals in San Francisco and in the Bay Area, but we were both born there.
The same one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you, what did your mom and dad do? I'm sorry. What did your dad do?
Well, my father, he passed away about 10 years ago, but he was an attorney in criminal law. And my mother was basically a homemaker and a political activist.
Okay. So when did you first start performing?
Well, I've been singing ever since I can remember. I mean, really, probably 1, 2 years old.
Really?
I don't know. It just always was a source of play and happiness for me. So,
do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I do. I have 3 older sisters and 1 older brother.
Wow.
So I'm the baby.
So you came from a big family like I did.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I've got 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, almost as big. You're bigger, but about the same.
But I'm on the other end of the scale.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the oldest.
So you grew up in San Francisco.
Yep.
And where did you go to school there?
I actually grew up in a neighborhood called North Beach, which is Little Italy.
I know exactly where that is.
And so I went to the local public school there, and then in high school I went to McAteer School of the Arts.
Okay.
And studied drama.
And so this is your teenage years? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I went to City College of San Francisco, and I studied a little bit at the Blue Bear School of Music. and then I moved on to LA.
So you came down to L.A. Did you have a job there, or did you just decide you were going down to the entertainment
You
deal?
know what? I decided to move to LA, and then someone I knew said they were looking. Somebody they knew were looking for someone and to help out, and it was an entertainment company, and so I just started working there. So yeah, I did. I not initially, but I really just made an impulsive decision to move to LA, and I did. And within a week, I had a job, and so
Very good.
yeah.
Now, do any of your sisters or your brother are they into music or anything?
Oh no. No, I'm definitely the black sheep.
So what does your brother do?
Well, he's a writer and a gypsy, really.
Okay.
I mean, he just kind of travels and lives a lot of the time in South America. He's currently in Brazil. But the beauty of his work is he's a travel writer, so he can just kind of set up shop at any cafe anywhere around the world and write and do his work, and the rest of the time kind of just play and have fun. So,
Boy, what a neat career that is.
Yep.
So then what do your sisters do?
Well, I have one sister who's an attorney.
Okay.
And
Followed in Dad's footsteps.
Yes, and then I have another sister who, she's kind of a techie person. I don't really know exactly the title of what she does, because when people start talking technical stuff, I just start probably tuning out by accident.
Right.
Not meaning to, but I don't know what,
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly
The
what
dots
she does.
don't connect there, right?
Yeah, no, not so much. And then I have another sister who's, a mother and homemaker.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, pretty neat. So you're in L.A. Tell me a little bit about what you were doing in L.A.
In LA, I was, I was singing. I was doing a lot of session work, and I was also performing. Just like I do here, 6-7 nights a week, 5 to 7 nights a week. I played in a few different bands and helped manage an all-female, all-girl band, and I dabbled in this and that.
So when did you first start to perform? I mean, I know you were doing it when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But when did you first get up in front of an audience and actually start to perform as a singer? Do you remember?
Probably just, as a kid as well. I mean, I was in a talent show. I organized, choreographed a show when I was in 5th grade. And then I was Annie in 7th grade. And I've just always been performing, cheerleading and sports, and I was just involved in everything.
What kind of sports were you involved in?
Well, I played everything except volleyball. I played basketball, softball, whatever they were offering, I was doing it as long. And then I was juggling my cheerleading schedule with games. And sometimes if I was on the team, they'd say, okay, you got to choose, or they'd say you can't cheerlead and be on the team. So my schedule has always been pretty busy because I have a lot of interest, and I like it all, really.
Right. Do you remember when your first paid performance was?
Oh my goodness, let me think.
Were you still in San Francisco?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In college, I was performing at the local jazz. Before that, actually, in high school, even I would sit in with sometimes the Brown Fellinis or over at the Up and Down Jazz Club. I don't even know if it's still open, but that was back then. Many different. I don't even know the names of the places anymore, but I definitely was around town and doing some studio work as well.
So you really made the rounds then.
I did.
As a teenager.
Yes.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
As a teenager. Did you up there? Did you play with any known artists?
I did. I was actually in Bobby McFerrin's choir. It was called Voicestra.
Okay.
And so we performed at the Paramount in Oakland. And so that's a memorable experience.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening who don't know, around the country and around the world, the Paramount in Oakland is a beautiful venue.
Historical and beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what was I going to say? No, I forgot.
We were talking about any famous people that you performed with up in the San Francisco area. You came up with the
yeah, no, I did that, and then there was something else that was notable, but I forgot what it was right now. Sorry.
So you were up there in college. You went to music school up there.
A little bit, yeah.
And then on an impulse, you moved to Los Angeles.
Right.
Okay. What did your parents think about that? Or were they not in the loop?
I mean, they probably decided when I was pretty young, well, she's just going to do what she wants to do. My father definitely wanted me to be an attorney. And, anything beyond that was probably, he just really felt that I had the talent and I had the brain and the mind for it. But I definitely was never interested in that.
Yeah.
My father actually could sing very well.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was like a combination of like Frank Sinatra and Nat King Cole. His voice was amazing. I mean, you could feel it and hear it just in the other room. The walls would vibrate.
Oh, so he had great resonance, huh?
Really great resonance. And he could have been a singer, and he would write too. But, he was a very dedicated attorney, and he had much more respect for that.
Well, he probably enjoyed that more than anything else in his life.
Yeah, I think so.
So what was the family background? We were talking about that earlier. You Italian?
Yeah, I'm Italian and Nicaraguan and German.
Wow, what a combination that is.
Yeah, basically first generation from my mom's side, second generation from my dad's side. So
okay.
We haven't been in this country for too long.
Well, I am second generation too. So,
oh yeah?
Yeah. Irish, French, and English.
Oh, okay.
So we've made the leap down to Los Angeles. So your very first gig in Los Angeles was what?
Oh gosh, I can't even remember. My very first gig, I don't know. I was working the whole time.
Yeah, you went to Los Angeles without really any job, right? You just.
Oh, the job I had when I first went down there, I was working in an office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I don't remember how, but I would go and sit in at places, and I don't even remember the names now, but and then I just started working like 5, 6, 7 nights a week, and then I worked a lot out of town at casinos, Pala Casino, Morongo Casino, and I was basically working pretty much, and a lot in Agora, at all the local spots over there, Bogies, Buddha Bar, Padre. I was there weekly.
Yeah. Other than the casinos you named, and again, I'd say this for our listening audience, the casinos you're talking about were out in the desert, out in the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area, right? Morongo and all those places. But the rest of them you're talking about is all within the L.A. area, within L.A. County.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
So you're working an office job in the daytime, and then you're doing your singing in the evening.
Right.
At what point did you step over and say, I'm doing enough here with my singing and talent that I love to do, that you say, I'm not doing a daytime thing?
Well, I think that the company I was working for basically took a nosedive, so I was kind of just by force.
Some decisions are made for us, right?
And, actually at the time I was doing a lot of more like studio work. I was working with Tierra, which is a band out of L.A. They had a big hit back in '81. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I was working with them and working in the studio, kind of just doing backup work for other bands. And then I started studying a little bit at Musicians Institute.
In LA.
Oh my God, that was great. So fun. I only went there for a couple months, but it was a very expensive school, but I loved it. It was amazing. And from there, I made a lot of contacts. A lot of the teachers were hiring me in their bands and referring me for work, so I just got work like that.
Well, as you know, in the business, a lot of times you have to have the basic talent, but a lot of times it's how many people you get in contact with and how many people that you know that can say, I've heard her, she's really good, you need to hire her. This business is all contacts, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. You can't be at home and expect to really get much going.
Well, I don't think that, I think that's true of most businesses, particularly when you literally own your own business. I mean, your business is your talent, your voice, your stage presence, your photogenic modeling stuff and everything else. So that's, so you really do own your own business. And if you don't promote, nobody's going to promote you.
Oh, yeah. I have to do it all.
And I tell you, you do a really good job of
thank
promoting
you.
yourself. Maybe I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to come right back and pick up where we left off.
Okay.
We got to take a little word from our sponsors here, and we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back in 2 and 2. There's eating out and there's dining. Fine dining at the Barrymore. At the Barrymore, you dine on gourmet food in an elegant setting with outstanding service for a fraction of what you would expect. The Barrymore is located in the Royal Resort at 99 Convention Center Drive. You can experience the Barrymore Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, there's live entertainment at the Barrymore. For reservations, call 702-407-5303. And if you really want to take a look at this elegant restaurant before you arrive, go to www.barrymorelv.com. That's www.barrymorelv.com. Barrymore's. It's more than eating out. It's dining.
Let me introduce you to the Las Vegas Distillery. It is the first artisan craft distillery in the history of Nevada. They manufacture in the traditional way from grain to bottle. Their handcrafted spirits include vodka, gin, rum, whiskey, bourbon, moonshine, and the house specialty created in Las Vegas called the Rumski, a blend of rum and whiskey. The Las Vegas Distillery uses grains grown in Nevada by Winnemucca Farms. They distill in small batches and are an open distillery. Come and take a tour Monday through Saturday at 7330 Eastgate Road, Suite number 100 in Henderson. You can go to their website, www.lasvegasdistillery.com. Support our local businesses. Remember the Las Vegas Distillery for your events, office, and private parties. Think local, drink local. The Las Vegas Distillery.
Welcome back to the Jacobs Ladder Show. This is Stephen Jacobs, and this segment is brought to you by the Barrymore. The Barrymore, fine dining. There's eating out and there's dining. And at the Barrymore, you fine dine. And if you happen to go by there this evening, you'll be able to see Nieve there because she's singing tonight. The other thing is they have a great social hour from 5 to 7. And they have, $5 drink specials, wine, 50% off their bottled wines, and great appetizers. The food is absolutely fabulous at a fraction of the price you think you would pay. And by the way, it's at 99 Convention Center Drive, and it is located in the Royal Resort.
Right, and you can also try my drink, which is called the Malandra Mule. They named a drink after me.
Is that? I didn't know that.
Oh,
the Malandra Mule.
Yes,
huh?
And I definitely can recommend the charred octopus salad.
Ooh, is that so good?
So
it's
good.
my favorite.
All the food I've had there is amazing.
Isn't it?
And it's so little fluff. A lot of places in Vegas, there are a lot of fluff, and then, you're paying a lot of money. And then you just get this thing,
little tiny portion.
And it's kind of like that, but without all the fluff. It's just really good food, quality, service, and the way they treat you is 5 stars. It's great.
And literally at a fraction of the price you'd pay
Exactly.
any place else on the Strip.
Oh, yeah. And if you go out every night like we do, that's
Yeah.
important.
Well, speaking of schedules here, and we're going to get back on track with what you're doing in your life, but I got this from you yesterday or the day before yesterday, and it says insane but fun schedule this week. And just so you can really see Nieve any place you want, because Sunday she did a private party at the Palms, but Monday she was at the Hard Rock Hotel as a lingerie model. On Tuesday she is here, of course, but with Barrymore from 7 to 10.
Right.
And Wednesday at the Trump Lounge. Now here's an interesting one. Wednesday at the Trump Lounge from 5:30 to 8:30, and 8:45. This is 15 minutes later. She's back over at the Barrymore.
Let me quick put on my cape and just fly over there.
And Thursday she's back at the Trump Lounge with Dan Ellis from 5:30 to 8:30, and then the same Thursday she's down on Fremont Street a half hour later with Zowie Bowie and his group. We'll talk about that later. And then on Friday. She really gets insane because she's at the live Las Vegas radio show with Al B. Shure at 1, 35 steak and martini at the Hard Rock from 7 to 10.
Yes.
Then she runs over to the the Red Rock Casino, and again back with Chris as Zowie Bowie from 11 to 2.
I go from Hard Rock to Red Rock.
Yeah. And on Saturday, she's back at 35 steak and martinis at the Hard Rock again.
Is that all?
I don't know. I'm out of breath just reading the thing.
You know, a lot of times I feel like I have to post that just so that I can keep it straight.
So I really admire your work ethic, and
thank you.
Every time I've seen you, no matter what the venue is, you are always up and bubbly, and I mean you give a great performance no matter what you do.
Thank you so much.
I think it's cool. So we're still in L.A. when we just left off.
Yes.
Okay. And you got gigs doing backup stuff, and then all of a sudden you're starting to get jobs for yourself and so forth.
Right.
So when did the move actually come from L.A., or is there anything we're missing in L.A. before we move over to Vegas?
Well, I had a child. I had my daughter.
Yeah.
My beautiful daughter.
Well, we're going to talk about that little dynamo
yes.
later on in the show.
She's a little Miss Dynamite. And then you know, I bought a house during that time when everybody was buying.
Right.
And then you know, after I bought the house, I had her, and then I lost the house, and so that's, you know, why I said, well, let's move to Las Vegas where I know we can rent a house and have the dogs and everything, and we'll just move there temporarily till we figure it out.
Right.
Not knowing how much I would like it.
Yeah. Kind of like Carolyn and I. We, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Well, actually, what we did is we were over and we lived in the Huntington Beach.
Oh.
We lived in Huntington Beach, and we came over in 08 because the cost of living in California got ridiculous, along with the taxes. Oh. And we'd had a place over here, so when we came over. The first year we were here, we noticed that our income increased 20% without really doing much things.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you can kind of make more. You know, there's a good economy, I think, for us.
Yeah.
But at least for entertainers, it's been great. Las Vegas has been wonderful to me. I didn't expect that.
Really?
No, I didn't expect that at all. And it really is a wonderful community. The music community, it's just like a family. It's great, and I've just been really lucky. I didn't feel this way about L.A., and I love L.A., but it's definitely more dog-eat-dog.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's harder to make the rent, make the mortgage. You know, that puts a stress on an artist or just on anybody.
Sure. Well, now, you came over to Las Vegas. Did you came over like you went to L.A., just cold turkey?
Oh, yeah. It was probably a last-minute decision, and then I just started looking for a place and then found a place within a few days. Yeah, that's interesting that you pointed that out. Yeah. Thinking back about it now, yep, you're right. It was last minute, impulsive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know, when you come over here and you say, okay, I'm going to go rent an apartment or something, and people tell you what they cost, you go, what? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Really? That's exactly what happened. I looked for apartments. I go, wow, how cheap. And then I thought, wait, how much is a house? What? Oh, I live in a palace now. Growing up in San Francisco and in L.A., where every, you know, square foot is, you know, I don't know what, it's just expensive.
Right.
Very expensive cities, both of those cities.
Yeah, they're in the top 10, I think, worldwide. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And living here, I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Right.
I never even knew that was possible. I mean, I'd heard other places are cheaper, but I didn't really know. And then here it's very metropolitan and a lot going on still, like a city. Now,
did you expect, you talked about it, but did you expect the community to be, because most people come here and they're on the Strip and they don't know really about our community.
Right.
Did the community surprise you?
Oh, yeah. I'm still surprised every day because it has that small town feel, but there's still kind of the big city. Something exciting's going on. You've got John Legend playing in a very intimate setting last week. It's just like being in San Francisco or L.A. in a lot of ways, but with less, I like to call it Rama Lama Ding Dong, less hoops to jump through and traffic to deal with and BS to deal with and rude people, because, it's not, I think people are great everywhere, but when you live in a place where everyone's on top of each other, it's noticeable.
Right.
And now when I go back, I go, oh, wow. I much prefer the small town with the big city events and things that are happening. And
I think in Las Vegas we have the best of all worlds, not both worlds, of all worlds. Okay, we have, as I tell people, we have every favorite restaurant you've ever been in the world. We have a copy of it here.
A copy.
Okay, we got one of them here.
We have a copy of the Eiffel Tower.
We got a copy of everything. Okay, and the other thing, we have all the best chefs in the world are here.
Oh yeah.
Sooner or later. Okay, I don't care what your favorite entertainer is. Sooner or later, they're going to be here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's really nice is they like to get in contact with the music community when they're in town.
Oh yeah.
Which again gives you guys great contacts.
Right. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I stumbled upon it by accident, and I'm going, what? This is where I should have been all the time.
Most of the Californian expats, as I call ourselves, because came from California.
Right.
And there's more of us coming over all the time. But what's nice is that everybody comes here, and we have everything there is as far as food and entertainment and everything.
Yeah.
And the unexpected thing that we both share is how wonderful this community is.
Oh yeah, people are really nice. Like I said, it's small town, but still with the important things of a big city.
Yeah.
And so it works out great for me and raising my daughter. So
you come to town cold turkey.
Yes.
And as we were impressed with the livability financially here. So what's the first gig you get in town?
Let me think. First place I started singing was at Marché Bacchus, or a lot of people call it Marché Bacchus. I think it's really pronounced Marché Bacchus. But I started singing there, and Rhonda and Jeff Wyatt, gave me an opportunity there just on the fly. I went in there to actually order some food to go, and just started chatting it up with Rhonda. And the next thing you know, she's saying, "Well, come in tomorrow." So I started singing there, and I still sing there, and it's a lovely, charming, elegant, cute place. And when I discovered that place is when I really started to think, maybe I do like Las Vegas.
So she hired you to come in, hadn't sung a note for her, right?
Well, waiting for my to-go food, she said, I told her, I sing in French, and then I started, she said, well, sing something for me, so I did, and then...
So a cappella right there on the spot.
Right there on the spot. This is pretty funny.
Well, speaking of that fact, and I'd like to cover this because it's quite interesting, but you sing actually in several languages.
Yes, I love singing. I love other languages. I've only become so far fluent in Spanish, speaking Spanish. I studied it in college. I traveled and studied in South America, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. But and then, of course, every day here, there's someone to speak Spanish with, so it's awesome. I learn more every day. My father actually spoke 5 languages. He grew up speaking Italian because, like I said, his parents were from, his father was from Italy, his mother was from Germany, so he was first generation. But and I'd love to learn some of the languages I sing in, because I'm not fluent in speaking, but I do enjoy singing in Italian and Portuguese and in French, and then of course in Spanish.
Now you piqued my interest here because you said you developed your ability to speak Spanish in South America and Puerto Rico and Mexico. So when did you travel to those places and do those things?
Well, just here and there. I always like to travel.
Now, is this pleasure, or have you been...
Well, the first time, I went to Brazil with the dance company. I used to dance samba. I forgot about that. Yeah, I was involved in a dance company performing several times a week in San Francisco when I was a youngin', and then we traveled to Brazil, and we were performing down there in Bahia. And then we took a little trip to Rio de Janeiro, and I loved it. Oh, I love Brazil. I love South America. And so I learned a little Portuguese there. And, I learned about the culture from dancing in the dance company that I was involved in. But I really figured out, what, my main thing is singing. I mean, I can sing, I can dance, I can act, but singing was, really more important to me. So I decided to focus on that more.
That's where your heart is, right?
Right.
Well, we're going to come back here in a few minutes after we have a word from our sponsor, Nieve. And we're going to continue this conversation, and this is quite fascinating. We keep finding different things about you all the time. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. You can find our show on JacobsLadderShow.com. This show will be up in a few days as well. We're archived back about 6 months, okay? We'll be right back. We'll be back in 2 and 2. There's eating out and there's dining. Fine dining at the Barrymore. At the Barrymore, you dine on gourmet food in an elegant setting with outstanding service for a fraction of what you would expect. The Barrymore is located in the Royal Resort at 99 Convention Center Drive. You can experience the Barrymore Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, there's live entertainment at the Barrymore. For reservations, call 702-407-5303. And if you really want to take a look at this elegant restaurant before you arrive, go to www.barrymorelv.com. That's www.barrymorelv.com. Barrymore's. It's more than eating out. It's dining. The Las Vegas Distillery is the first distillery in the history of Nevada. The Las Vegas Distillery spirits are handcrafted from grains to bottle. Vodka, rum, whiskey, bourbon, moonshines, and the house specialty, Rumski, a blend of our rum and whiskey. 93% of all ingredients come from Nevada's Winnemucca farms. Please come by and visit the Las Vegas Distillery's 2 custom-made Copper Angel stills. You are welcome anytime. Located at 7330 Eastgate Road, Suite 100, Henderson, Nevada, 89011. Or call 702-629-7534 or go visit www.lasvegasdistillery.com. Come by and taste our new Grandma's Apple Pie Moonshine. Think locally, drink locally. The Las Vegas Distillery.
I've never been there.
And welcome back. This is Stephen Jacobs
hey.
from the Jacobs Ladder Show. And this segment is brought to you by the Las Vegas Distillery. By the way, they've got Nevada vodka out there, Nevada whiskey, Nevada moonshine, Nevada rum, and they put whiskey and rum together, so they've got a rumski. They have a Nevada gin, which John Payne from Raiding the Rock Vault is very partial to. And they have a new thing called Grandma's Apple Pie Moonshine.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Now, which one does John Payne? I love John Payne, by the way. Which one does he like?
He likes the gin. He's British.
Okay.
He likes the gin.
I'm okay with the gin.
And they just put out just came out of the cask is their Nevada bourbon. And what's really interesting, maybe about these guys out there, and George Reyes is a guy who started it up, came from Romania and immigrated this country. He also tries to use all Nevada grains from northern Nevada, where the farms are in northern Nevada.
Local, nice.
So 93% of everything that's made is made with Nevada grains.
Good.
And the only thing he gets is stuff he can't get, like he needs the juniper berry for the gin. He can't get that. There's none available here. But anyway,
that's really interesting.
It is.
I got to check it out. I've never been there.
Well, it's really great, and you walk in, and there's all the stills are going. And they were all handmade to his order from Germany. They're beautiful. He calls them his copper angels. Yeah, tours. They have tours there.
Oh, yeah, I got to take a tour. Where is that? That's in Henderson?
Henderson.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the other side of the world.
Yeah, well, it's okay. He's right there near the 215 and 95. I'm sorry, 95 and Sunset. So
okay.
We'll take you out there sometime.
Oh,
if you'd
yeah,
like to go.
I definitely would love to go.
And when you go out there, make sure you tell George Reyes, who's the owner, and he's there all the time. Tell him that Carolyn and Steven sent you, and he'll take care of you.
Okay.
So, here's another neat thing they do, and we'll get back to talking with you. But here's another neat thing that he does. If you buy, let's say, a bottle of his vodka, which is about $25 from him, okay, and the bottle is beautiful, and it's a hard corked bottle, so it's not a twist-off cap; it's a hard corked bottle. Well, the bottles are expensive, so if you bring your empty bottle of whatever you bought back to him, he'll refill it for you.
Nice.
For about $16.
See? I like that.
I told him, I said, well, that's the George Reyes recycling program.
Yeah, it is. And that's the small town program, too.
George also,
I love that.
George also out there has a special bottle that we did with Raiding the Rock Vault. And we private labeled a bottle of vodka that was the Raiding the Rock Vault vodka.
Awesome.
And you can get that bottle, and I still think he has some left, but it was a limited edition run.
Wow.
It was only 1,000 bottles ever run. And you can get that, and if you get it, then you take it over to Raiding the Rock Vault, which opens in town again on the 24th of this month at the LVH. John Payne, who we were talking about, and all those guys there, if you take it and they have an autograph line after the show, they'll autograph the bottle for you.
Awesome.
So you got to buy two, because you're not going to ever want to open the autographed one, and then
right.
you have to take one.
The other one you want to try it, just out of curiosity.
All right, so we left. You were traveling South America and so forth, and you did this samba dancing. And by the way, we have lots of Brazilian friends in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Brazilian community out here, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, a really big one, yeah. But anyway, so you don't do all that much dancing anymore then, do you?
Well, I have to. I wish there wasn't, I wish I didn't have to sleep every night, because I'd probably be
does get in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets in the way. All this eating and sleeping. But, I do enjoy sleep, and I do enjoy eating, actually. So, you know what? It's okay. But I have to kind of just choose what I want to do. Oh, I absolutely love it, though.
Yeah.
And it's very Vegas, too. I'm sure if I got involved in it, I would love it just as much as I love the music community.
Yeah, but you got some great pipes, girl. I mean,
Thank you.
I love your singing. I think it's terrific. Okay.
That's so nice to hear. Thank you.
Yeah. And so there was a thing that I read, and it's a little off track here, but you were doing, I don't know whether you do it anymore, but you were doing some ring girl stuff with boxing in town.
Yeah, for Corona.
And tell me something. Did you ever do the anthem and the ring girl at the same time?
I did. Actually, Steve Sear in town, a good friend of mine, he actually fights, and so he asked me if I could be his ring girl and also sing the national anthem. So I did. I did both in one night. It was awesome. I'd love to do that more.
That's got to be a record, and I don't think there's on record any place where the ring girl actually did the national anthem.
Why don't we do that more?
I don't know.
I think it's a great idea.
If I was in charge, I'd have you doing it all the time.
Well,
best of both worlds there.
I still feel like it can happen, because I think I could do both and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I love ring girling. It's great.
So then you also are doing modeling, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we had the big CES show in last week, and of course you were doing a gig there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was working for a company called Fesco. But my latest thing with modeling and acting in commercials is I'm the spokesmodel for Casablanca Casinos in Mesquite.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's awesome. I have 4 commercials on I think national television. I haven't seen it yet, but there's 4 of them rotating right now. You can see me and I'm talking, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed that. Definitely.
Did you do it in both languages, Spanish and English, or just in English?
No, they didn't ask me. I'm just talking about different aspects of the casino.
Right.
And it's really nice out there. And actually, I'm going to be probably bringing my trio out there and doing dinner shows in their showroom as well. So I'm kind of representing them in that way, but also I'll be singing there too.
Yeah.
So it's like a double.
I know Rico goes up there.
Double whammy.
Rico tells me that is Rico DeMonte tells me he goes up there like for 2, 3, 4 weeks. Yeah, he tells me there are great audiences up there.
Oh yeah, and the way like Anthony Totti or Totti, I don't know how you say it in an American accent, but he's the owner and a friend of mine. He's awesome. He just treats me so well. It treats everybody so well, and I just can't wait to go up there more. The restaurant, the food is amazing. Everything about the casino and the way they treat you, it's just like that's the campaign. Is just like Vegas used to be,
right?
Which is what I think we need to get back to.
You, I, Miss Carolyn, and a whole bunch of people are on board with that,
and we're making it happen.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
because all of a sudden now there's more showrooms.
That's right.
I'm not showrooms, but there's more lounges that aren't 4-walled. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
and just the way that they treated you,
right?
And just the camaraderie and all that. I think it's coming back. It's happening. We're making it happen.
Yeah.
So.
Now I want to jump back a little bit to the first in Vegas here.
Okay.
So you're in Las Vegas, and there's a big audition for the Zoe Bowie show.
Zoe Bowie, yeah, I got word about Marley Taylor was leaving from a few different sources, and so a few different people were coming up to me, were texting me or calling me and saying, you need to go try out, and so I did, and then I've ever since the first night I performed Zoe Bowie, I've been performing with them regularly every week, pretty much every show.
Well, the other impressive part of that is you were one of about 700 people who auditioned for that role.
I'd heard. I don't know. Is 700? Wow.
About 700. And were you in town at the time, or were you out of town when you heard that you?
Oh no, I was in town. I had just started singing at Marche Bacchus, and I had just been there for, I don't know, a couple months or so, and so I went, and I didn't really even know what to expect or anything. I just went and had a blast, and I love Chris, I love Lydia, and my fellow singing partner, Christina Amato. They're all amazing. They're like family, and we've had a great year and a half, or a little bit under a year and a half, but we've just had a great time.
And you're with him almost every Thursday night out of
we perform at every Friday at Red Rock Casino,
right.
11 o'clock, and Zoe Bowie's been there since they opened. They actually made that showroom for him.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Now see, nobody knows that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and so Zoe Bowie's been performing there from day one.
Wow.
And so I'm there every Friday. I'm lucky enough to be there every Friday night at 11 p.m. until who knows, and it's a wild party.
Okay.
And for me, it's kind of like the end of my crazy work week. So it's great to perform with my good friends and just have a good time and let loose and really do a different kind of music than I normally do. It's just much more upbeat. And
right.
I love doing both kinds of music. I really do. I enjoy the upbeat dance club music or hip hop or whatever we throw in. We throw in like Steve Miller band. It's great. And then, the rest of the time when I'm doing restaurants and lounges and things, I enjoy doing my jazz and my pop and whatever I feel like singing,
You also perform on Fremont Street with Krista.
I do, yeah. We're right in front of the D Hotel on Thursday nights. Right now we've been there at 9 p.m. And that's really fun, just getting to know more of the downtown. I've just recently kind of discovered downtown, and I love it. I love the movement. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. The restaurants and the little pubs I've been hanging out with Kurt Wiesner and, Atomic Bar. I don't know if you've ever
right.
been
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's like the oldest bar in Las Vegas or something like that.
Well, it was actually built in the 50s.
Okay.
Okay. And
yeah.
you know what they used to do? Do you know the story there? You know why they call it the Atomic Bar?
Well, it has to do with a bomb shelter?
Well, no. If it was, after you see this, you'll really think it's funny. They built when they built the Atomic Bar, and there was a rooftop on it. Okay. And what they used to do is when they used to set the atom bombs off, testing just north of here, they would all go up on the top and watch them set off the nuclear blast before they realized that was not a good thing to do.
Right.
And that's the reason they called it the Atomic, because you could go up, be in the bar, and then everybody would go upstairs at the time the blast was going to go off, so they could see the blast.
Well, if I'm going to go, I'd rather go after having a few shots.
Well, they don't.
Jameson.
They don't do that anymore. But you know that bar, we almost lost that bar in our culture. And that bar went under, and somebody got it and got it back.
Right, Kent Johns and his brother Lance.
Yeah.
So I'm friends with them. They're amazing, awesome, and I'm definitely fans of them and their bar. Yeah. I hang out there a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's a historic site yet, but it should be.
Oh yeah.
So, but all that area over there, the El Cortez, all that. By the way, you know, El Cortez right now is now a historical building.
Is it really?
Yeah,
it is quite beautiful.
Yeah. One of the very first in this town, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and if you walk into it, it's what Old Vegas used to look like.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to be right back with Nieve. We're going to take a quick word from our sponsor here. We'll be right back in 2 and 2.
Let me introduce you to the Las Vegas Distillery. It is the first artesian craft distillery in the history of Nevada. They manufacture in the traditional way from grain to bottle. Their handcrafted spirits include vodka, gin, rum, whiskey, bourbon, moonshine, and the house specialty created in Las Vegas called the Rumsky, a blend of rum and whiskey. The Las Vegas Distillery uses grains grown in Nevada by Winnemucca Farms. They distill in small batches and are an open distillery. Come and take a tour Monday through Saturday at 7330 Eastgate Road, Suite number 100 in Henderson. You can go to their website, www.lasvegasdistillery.com. Support our local businesses. Remember the Las Vegas Distillery for your events, office, and private parties. Think local, drink local. The Las Vegas Distillery.
There's eating out and there's dining. Fine dining at the Barrymore. At the Barrymore, you dine on gourmet food in an elegant setting with outstanding service for a fraction of what you would expect. The Barrymore is located in the Royal Resort at 99 Convention Center Drive. You can experience the Barrymore Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, there's live entertainment at the Barrymore. For reservations, call 702-407-5303. And if you really want to take a look at this elegant restaurant before you arrive, go to www.barrymorelv.com. That's www.barrymorelv.com. Barrymore's. It's more than eating out. It's dining. And welcome back to the Jacobs Ladder Show. This is Stephen Jacobs, and you can find this show and all of our shows at JacobsLadderShow.com. Just page down at the bottom. Now, we only go back about 6 months, so you can go there. You can listen to this show or any of our shows from the last 6 months, and you can download them there as well as too. We have about 6,000 to 7,000 downloads every week on different shows. So if you got a favorite you want to download it, we'll download it because every about 6 months they go away. Now, the other thing I want to do real quick here before we get back with Nieve is I want to talk about Raiding the Rock Vault. Now, Raiding the Rock Vault was an absolute smash show last year, and John Payne, and along with Harry Caldwell and all those guys that produced the show, and David Kirschenbaum, they've got the show back, and it's going to open up on the 24th of January here. That show starts at 8, It's the quickest 2 hours you'll ever spend in your life. They're there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every week, and John Payne has put together a fantastic group of rock musicians. These are the guys who are really the rock stars. They're the ones who rocked the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So they're a fantastic group, and there's going to be some new songs and then some new stuff, so you're going to really enjoy it. So remember, Raiding the Rock Vault opens back up on the 24th of January. It's only about 10 days from now. Everybody can hardly wait for it to get back in town. So we're back with Nieve. And Nieve, what I wanted to try to cover here before we got too far away, because we're again, the hour goes so fast. It seems, it's
definitely
gone.
Went by quick.
I want to talk about your daughter Gigi just for a second.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
So she's a performer.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Well, so far.
Yeah, so she sings.
Uh-huh. Yes, she sings, she dances.
And she's done some modeling.
Oh, yeah.
And
she does some modeling. Yep.
Some of the stuff she's done some Halloween stuff, I think, or...
Yeah, she has done, she did a lot of the Halloween costumes for last year's Halloween season, and she's already started this year for the next Halloween season, and she loves it so far. And yeah, that's basically what she's been doing.
Well, I saw and met her with you at Raiding the Rock Vault one night in the audience. Yeah,
yeah, she's been there twice, and every time she gets up there on the stage, and Paul Shortino is so nice with her.
Yeah, because she's pretty good on stage. I mean, she got up there in front of that huge audience and just didn't. She was home.
Oh yeah, it's really funny. I mean, she has no fear.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but she's grown up watching you perform, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that must be it. I don't know. But yeah, she just really feels comfortable up there, and she loves singing and dancing and performs all the time at home.
How old is Gigi?
She's 5. She just turned 5, and she plays the piano.
Going on 35, right?
Oh, yeah. She's quite wise.
Yeah.
I learned from her.
Yeah.
And when I'm going the wrong way, I mean, she tells me directions, how to get to places. I call her GPS. G, short for GPS. She'll know when I'm going the wrong way or where something is. If she's just been there once, she'll know where it is.
Wow, that's pretty smart.
She's very intelligent.
Well, she's not even, what is she in? She's not even in first grade yet then.
She's not even in kindergarten. She's in preschool.
This is going to be a handful, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So you came to Vegas. Gigi's with you now. You got a lot of good friends here. I don't know anybody that's working as many places in 1 week as you are.
Right. I don't know. I just keep, people ask me all the time, why do you work so much? I don't know. I enjoy it. And I almost just can't help but stay busy.
Well, when you're enjoying what you're doing and you love what you're doing, it's really not work.
Right, exactly.
And if you're lucky enough to get that in your life,
it's definitely, it is work. My feet hurt a lot of times because I'm 5'4" and I wear heels a lot, and it's work. I carry my equipment. I have 2 sets of equipment, and I have to set up sometimes 2 times, in 2 different places early in the day, like I'll do right now after the show.
Right.
It's work. I'm not going to say it's not work. And juggling everything I do, juggling my schedule and my daughter, and it's work. But definitely, it's a labor of love. Right. For sure.
So you slept in all your own equipment and everything, right?
Yeah. For now.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you or find out more about you, how do they do that?
Well, I have a website. My website is NieveMalandra.com, and that's NieveMalandra.com. And I'm also on Facebook. I have a fan page. I haven't really promoted it much. I need to, but it's Facebook and Nieve Malandra, and then my cell number 310-614-2426, and pretty much every Wednesday night you can see me at the Barrymore and many other local places in Las Vegas.
Cool.
And I want to say one more thing.
Sure.
January 25th. There's the Winter Festival at Big Dog's Brewery, and me and DJ Liz Clark are going to be performing there, and along with Rocky Brown Band. and a reggae band called Big Bamboo, and it's going to be a really fun event. Big Dogs Brewery was the first brewery in Nevada.
Cool.
And so check it out.
We'll do that. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to have you back. You're going to be famous, really, really famous one day, and I want you to have you back. This is Stephen Jacobs.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you for having me.
No problem. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show, and we're here every Tuesday from noon until 2. And we hope you come and join us. Remember, you can hear this show and all our other shows. They're archived on the JacobsLadderShow.com. Hope to see you next week again, and thanks for listening. Take care, and bye-bye.
Views and opinions expressed on this program were those of the hosts and guests and did not necessarily reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.